16-year-old Nesrin had to flee from her violent Turkish husband. Now the young woman and her baby are back in safety, in emergency housing with her parents and siblings. Nesrin's family comes from Syria. A family friend, Imam Abdurrahim Çelik, is here. Otherwise, the shy, frightened girl wouldn't talk to us.
My husband threw me and the baby out on the street. My father-in-law beat me and the child. One time he even held a pistol to my head.
Nesrin's parents married her off for the bride price, for money to survive. But the husband just wanted a temporary fling. This is not an isolated case. More and more Turkish men are paying for a second wife from Syria. Most don't want it publicized.
Most of these men don't want a civil ceremony, just a religious one. That makes it easier for them to get rid of the women again. And many say they want a Syrian as a second wife, but only secretly. I always ask them, aren't Syrian women worth just as much as Turkish women? Don't they have the same rights?
Gaziantep, a city of 1.5 million, is just 100 kilometers from the Syrian border. It has taken in more than 250,000 refugees from the fighting in Syria. 3/4 of them are women and children. Most of the women are widows. Their husbands died in the civil war. In their despair, they are easy prey.
Turkish men think these women can be had cheap, as a wife or a second wife. Some of them couldn't get to know a woman in a normal way. They're either too ill or too old.
A Syrian wife costs half as much as a Turkish one, about 1,500 euros. For a refugee family who has nothing, that's a lot of money. Word has spread that they are being exploited.
I still wouldn't give up my daughter. They are merely abused for 2 or 3 months and then sent back again.
Polygamy is illegal in Turkey, but in the conservative, patriarchal Anatolia region, many men don't care about that law. The trade in women is now a flourishing business along the Syrian border. Just outside the refugee camps, marriage brokers display photos of women and girls. They make a commission if a deal is made. We drive to one of the last still open border crossing points between Turkey and Syria. Beside it is a refugee camp that has several thousand people. We're not allowed to film inside it. But street vendors in front of the camp confirm that trafficking in women is routine here.
Interested men are constantly coming and asking around. People from the camp help them find a girl or women. Middlemen come on other days.
It's estimated that thousands of Syrian women have already been sold as wives. The Turkish authorities feel no responsibility. Only a few imams object to the practice in their sermons. Imam Çelik reproaches his colleagues. He says that when they perform these dubious marriages, they become accomplices.
Marriages performed by an imam have no legal standing if no civil ceremony is carried out. No imam should give his blessing to such temporary marriages that last only a few months.
Imam Çelik provides former bought wives like Nesrin and their families with the absolute necessities. After expulsion or flight from their home country, now these women face rape and discrimination in an unfamiliar land. Nesrin says she feels like an inferior being.
A few days ago, my husband called up and said he'll now marry a proper woman, a Turkish woman.
Men are constantly approaching me, but I won't be giving up any of my girls again.
But Nesrin is not so sure of that. She wants to watch out for her 13-year-old sister. Men have already offered a bride price for her, too.